Hi there. I am coming to you from outside today as I thought it would be most appropriate for our topic today. So I'm running the risk of noise, but I think it's also appropriate because speaking of noise, have you noticed how noisy it is out in the world today? I mean, not the typical noise, like literal noise, but the type with lots of distractions. And oh my gosh, the negative news just keeps on coming. But did you know we all have something amazing at our fingertips to generate ease and calm? Yep, we do. And the best part that it's free and always accessible. We just need to learn how to use it. Do you want to know what it is? It's the power of beauty. Over the last few years, I've made it a priority to incorporate more beauty into my life, and it's been amazing to feel the healing benefits of it. I've gone from depressed and stressed, picture wine on Sunday nights just to ease the pain of facing Monday, to calm and full of joy, traveling the world, soaking up the beauty all around me. And what did I change? I learned how much beauty heals, and I want the same for you. So today, I'm going to share four simple practices to incorporate into your everyday life to lead you to a life full of beauty and joy. From the first thing you do in the morning to many pause moments during the day, you'll feel the power of beauty making a positive impact on your well being, leading to a richer existence in the world. So, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is take 30 seconds to stare at this photograph. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale the beauty and exhale any worries of the day. Look at the detail, the colors, the natural beauty. Immerse yourself. Daydream. Doesn't that feel so good? It is scientifically backed that beauty is healing. So when you look at beauty, it will heal you. It'll boost your mood. It'll make you feel better. It'll just make you feel good. And that can happen in the power of a photograph. So, the first way to unlock the beauty is to stare at a photograph. The power of a photograph is real. The first thing you can do, or one idea you can do, is to actually have a photograph by your nightstand so that when you open your eyes in the morning, the first thing you look at is a beautiful photograph. It really starts your day off right. I mean, think about it. If you're looking at something beautiful, that's going to carry through the day. And especially, again, scientifically backed that beauty heals and it'll start your day off in a really positive way. Another way is to utilize screensavers and put beautiful images on your screensavers. So I have one for my laptop, which happens to have a calendar on it. And then I also have one on my phone. And so every time I open up my laptop or I go to my desktop or I look at my phone, I see these beautiful photographs and pause for a moment, just take in the beauty. And then it also helps and prompts me to remember to get outside at some point during the day. Which leads us to the second way to unlock the power of beauty and create more joy is to get outside and immerse yourself in nature. Sometimes called forest bathing, but it can just be 10 minutes. And these trees, even in this photograph, if you're looking at a tree, even without leaves on it, it is so powerful, the healing that is involved in just being amongst that beauty, being amongst that nature, let alone the benefits of fresh air and the calming sounds of nature, amongst other things. One of the things is when I go out, I take it one more step further. Some of my Project Wonderful Patreon supporters do this with me every month, and we go out and seek specific things, specific beautiful things to raise the awareness and take walks with purpose and intention. It just feels so good to have that intention and really feel the power of nature in that way. And it's fun and rewarding at the same time. Beauty is so abundant, and I love looking for specific things. I love this one, naturally formed hearts is one of the things I love to look for. My neighbor had told me she loves finding them herself, so I capture them for her. And it's something called the frequently illusion. So, frequency illusion. So, when you look for something beautiful, you'll see it more. So, the more beauty you seek, the more beauty you'll see. And again, the more beauty you see, the more healing and the more you're going to feel good, the more joy you're going to feel. So it's just pretty amazing. I found these hearts all within a couple of weeks of each other, just being open and looking for it. And it's just like they multiplied. It was pretty amazing. The third way is to look for the helpers and the kindness in the world. Again, we are in a negative and noisy world. The news is pretty negative a lot of the times. And so I've found ways to look for the beauty and kindness in the world. I talk about it a lot on my podcast, which we'll get to in a minute. But I mean, essentially, there can't be beauty without ugly. And so they coexist. So I lean towards the beauty. And in this picture, I went into a slum in Kenya. This is about 10 years ago. And I was struck by the devastation. The smells and the living conditions were just horrible as I walked into the slum. As I turned a corner, though, I saw this group of children with their teacher. And it was amazing the energy, and you could just feel the kindness coming from this teacher and all the children together as a community. It was so amazing and a reminder that there is kindness, there are helpers, and it's just seeking that out, just like the naturally formed hearts. The more you see it, the more you find it, the more you see it, and the more kindness will breed kindness. One other example of this was when, unfortunately, the uh, war in Ukraine started. And like many of us, I was so just struck by the devastation. And it just felt so horrible to see all that was going on there. At the same time, though, there were people doing such amazing things, the heroes, the people that were doing so much on the ground over there to take care of the people over there, but even here in New Jersey, in my hometown, people were sending supplies. And so this podcast episode I did was sharing all of those stories, also sharing ways that you could be a helper yourself. And again, breeds kindness. And it's just so much better to feel that versus getting stuck in the fear, getting stuck in the negative. And I've found that it's really been powerful to do that and practice that. And finally, number 4 is to be present. There's always something wonderful. I captured this photo at the beginning of the pandemic, when we had just gone down on lockdown in early April, and, I had been traveling thousands of miles to find beauty, all over the world, and so it was a little bit of a shock for me to just be um, let's just say stuck, but not really stuck because I was able to go out into my neighborhood. Every morning I'd take my big camera and just take in the beauty and just be really present. And it was amazing. The birds were plentiful. And on this particular morning, these two cardinals, I just heard them. And then all of a sudden I saw them and I just took in their energy and their songs and everything and just watched them. And it was such an amazing moment. It felt so good to just be there, present and aware. And suddenly I sat there with my Zoom lens and they came together, the male feeding the female. And it was just such a magical moment. And it felt so good to just be so in it and really take in the benefits of this beautiful, beautiful moment. Similar to that is, the awe factor. It's real. Awe factor is when you look at something and you're just in so much awe, like I was in Glacier National Park, when I saw this beautiful scene at the top of a mountain, and I just stood there and had so much gratitude for this beauty that I was seeing, and it felt so good, and I said, "Thank you," out loud, and I smiled because it really is that whole moment of just having gratitude and that awe is it makes you feel so good. It's something you can draw on as the day goes on, just that beauty that you took in really intently. It's amazing how you'll feel. So, in summary, we have to stare at a photograph and take in the beauty. So, do that with some screensavers or with a photograph on your nightstand. Anything works. Just take in the beauty and really take some deep breaths. And especially at the start of your day, it's really, really powerful. Get outside and immerse yourself in nature. Again, if it's only 10 minutes a day, the more you do it, the better. But it will really, really make you feel so much better. And again, scientifically backed. Look for the helpers and the kindness in the world. They're out there and there's so many of them. And it's really amazing, a gift to hear their stories and to see what they're doing. And finally, to be present. There's always something wonderful wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I think you'll be feeling more joy if you incorporate this just like I have. And to soak in some more beauty, and to make it easy on you with the photos and all of that, I do post a daily image on Instagram at Today's Wonderful. And then, as I mentioned, Podcast Wonderful, lots of stories of beauty and kindness, people just sharing their stories of impact. And it's pretty amazing to be amongst that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you take these practices and run with them, and I'd love to hear how they work for you.